Hi, hello, Vinny and Dragon here, and welcome to another video. I am very excited to reveal to you a project I have been working on. This is Vinny's Toad School Tournament. Now, what is Vinny's Toad School Tournament, you may be asking? Well, it's very simple. It's a Pokemon Draft League. However, it's just not any Pokemon Draft League. This is a Pokemon VGC Draft League. However, it's not like any VGC Draft League because it is a Pokemon National Dex VGC Draft League. Now, I just threw a lot of words at you, and some of you may not properly understand, so I'll explain properly. Pokemon Draft League is a competitive Pokemon format in which people pick Pokemon from a selective pool of Pokemon in order to build complete teams, and then battle against other opponents every single week, picking the strongest 6 from their team to go up against their opponent's strongest 6, mixing and matching whatever works best in the matchup to get the win. I'll go a bit more in depth on draft leagues, but if you already know what a draft league is and you're already a long-term subscriber here, go ahead and click the timestamp and it'll just get you to the next chapter. But to sort of reiterate about draft, if I were to pick, let's say, this entire list of Pokemon that you see on screen, this is my Pokemon ODL Draft League, then this means that I could select any of these 6 Pokemon every single week to bring to a battle, and then my opponent, who also has this various list of Pokemon, can bring their own 6 Pokemon to that battle. Then we play each other, and then, whoever wins, wins, obviously. And you go for about 8 weeks or so, given the league, and then you go to a playoffs, and then ultimately you just keep battling until you determine the ultimate winner. For those of you who don't know what VGC is, it's just the official Pokemon doubles format. Pokemon are placed at level 50, and you could have 2 Pokemon on the field at a time. However, you can only bring 4 Pokemon per battle, as opposed to the usual 6. With all that in mind, what's so special about this league? Well, I want you to look at this document. That's right, this is a restricted Pokemon VGC draft. There is Pokemon like Zacian Crowned, Xerneas, Primal Groudon, Mega Rayquaza, Koraidon, Victini, Zamazenta, etc. Almost every single Pokemon in Pokemon's history is completely legal and ready to use. For this league, we plan to draft up to 3 restricted Pokemon. However, there is still a cap. You could only bring 2 to a battle. I'm not insane. You aren't going to be battling 6v6 restricteds. I'm not a monster. However, this league will also be Terra Preview. It will be best of 3 to just sort of minimize the sort of sacky nature of these restricted Pokemon. I think it'd be unfair if someone just planned for the proper Terra and then just got absolutely outplayed by just a random prep mistake. So, best of 3 open Terra. I hope that's the most enjoyable for everyone. Now, with all that placed, I bet you're wondering, well, how do we even play this? Well, it's very simple. This draft league will be taking place on Pokeathlon. Technically not Pokemon Showdown, however, I'll explain a bit later. There is a format called NatDex VGC Draft in Pokeathlon, and while some things are illegal in this, it actually just kind of lets you completely bypass these laws and breaks them. So, for example, if I click Zacian, it may be like, well, hold on, Zacian's illegal? If you just click on him and then just click a bunch of moves and then just, put EVs into the Pokemon, it'll completely allow it. I mean, well, your team needs 4 Pokemon, but Zacian is completely fine here. Now, there is only one specific problem, which I will teach you how to address in this video, and that is certain Pokemon not in Scarlet Violet. Like, for example, Melmetal. Melmetal isn't in Scarlet Violet, so its moves are unfortunately broken on this page. That's why you go to Pokemon Showdown, and you just go with the general NatDex doubles, and it'll teach you all the moves that you need to know for anything that you could possibly want for this format. It's the same learn set, it's not properly implemented into this website. Pokemon Showdown, the base website, has everything you could possibly need, so then you decide, okay, I want Double Iron Bash and Darkest Lariat. You could do those properly here, Darkest Lariat and Double Iron Bash, and it still works properly and it still works fine. Now, you may be wondering, well, how do I sign up for such a league? I mean, this seems cool, but how do I get in? Well, it's quite simple. In the description of this video, I have placed the link to the Vinny's Toad School Tournament Discord. This will also just be a Discord for general YouTube stuff, so be sure to tune in. If you are at all interested in competing for the overall prize pool of $30, be sure to hop into the Discord and fill out your application. All the proper documents and stuff will be in there, so I hope you enjoy. That's gonna do it for today's video, and I really hope to see you there. Peace out.